Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Hey, we have a little mod that we're going to do on the 2020 Tacoma back here, but first, I got to go to the post office. Cold start. All right, here we go. We're heading off to the post office. It is my daughter's birthday. I'm not going to tell you how old she is because that's going to tell you how old I am. But anyway, we're heading off. Thought I'd talk about a couple of things. We are going to do a little mod today, a little one on the 2020 Tacoma here. But I've come to a realization, you know, and it's about tires. Specifically Nitto Ridge Grapplers on the Toyota Tacoma. You know, I had this same wheel and tire setup on my 2018. And when I switched them out to go back to just a normal stock tire, I made a discovery. And what I did, I took off the Nitto Ridge Grapplers and I put on just some discount tire wheel and then some just regular all-season tires, 16-inch. Now, when I did that, I noticed a huge difference in ride quality. Now, let me tell you that the truck was still lifted when I came to this revelation, right? So it wasn't the lift because everything else was the same. So anyway, I discovered a huge difference. I mean, it was almost like the truck was back to stock, except it was still lifted. So, fast forward to the 2020 Tacoma, and I had this truck lifted. It was the same lift that was on the 2018. And I put the Nitto Ridge Grapplers and the 20-inch fuels on this truck. And I even had the balance. The truck, of course, has been aligned, and the alignment is fine, and the balance was cool. I mean, everything is good there, but it is still a pretty rough ride, and I think it's actually even rougher in the off-road than it was in the sport version that I had. So I've decided that it is the Ridge Grapplers, and there's nothing wrong with them. I mean, you know, if you're not sensitive to a firmer ride, then you may not notice. But I'm going to change them out. I'm going to go to the Goodyear Duratrax. I think it's Tex, I always forget. The Goodyear Duratrax, we're going to call them. Because I have those on the Tundra, and frankly, the Tundra is lifted, and the ride quality on the Tundra was unchanged. Once I lifted it and left the wheels and tires the same, there was no difference. So I think I am indeed going to go to the Goodyear Wrangler Duratrax on this. Again, looking for just a better ride. And part of the problem that I'm experiencing in this truck is it kind of bounces. It kind of does this as you're going down the road. And I know a lot of you might say, well, that's balance. They're out of balance. I had them road force balanced. It wasn't a huge difference. I know right after I did the video and talked about that a little bit, and it seemed to be better. But after spending some time in the seat, I can tell you it's really not much better. So maybe it's wall thickness, I don't know. Maybe it's the size of the wheels, I don't know. But gotta have a better ride quality, a better experience than I'm having right now, because I'm just not happy with it. So that's my update on the wheel and tire situation. Love the Nitto Ridge Grapplers. Really did like them on the 2018, but on the 2020, I'm not digging it. On to the post office. Can you guys see that car behind me? He's riding my arse. I'm going the speed limit. They could have passed me, but instead, they're content to ride my arse. I don't know. Okay, we're back. It's time to get into the meat of the video, and that is debadging day. And I know this is a very polarizing topic. Some people love it, some people hate it. I don't know why. Some people say, well, you should just black them out. I'd rather just remove them. So what's gonna go? Well, we're gonna take care of the Tacoma badges right there. I don't need those. I know what kind of truck I'm driving. And then back here in the rear, we're gonna get rid of this V6 badge. I know it's a V6, I don't need that. And by the way, upcoming, we're gonna put some black lettering in here. I think that would look great on this truck. Anyway, all I use for this, it's really pretty simple. I use as thin a piece of cloth as I can get. Some people use fishing string or wire. I've never had any luck with that. It always breaks or tears the heck out of my hands. So I just use, let me grab it out of my pocket, an old handkerchief. It's thin, it's soft, and it works great, and it's strong enough that it doesn't fall apart. And then secondly, just to heat it up a little bit, a hair dryer, you know, because I don't really have any need for that. Anyway, I use a hair dryer as opposed to a heat gun. Heat guns get really, really hot, and you have to be careful with those. I don't want to smoke my paint off. I just want to take the letters off, you know, the badges. Other than that, to get the adhesive off when I'm done, I just use Goo Gone, and then I wash it off real quick and wax it. So I'm going to sit you up. We'll show you how to take one off anyway. I'm not going to go through them all because it's the same process. Okay, here we go. First off, got to heat it up just a little bit. Again, I don't want to burn the paint. And this is relatively new paint. This truck was built in January. We just went into March. And for that reason, I've kind of been waiting a little bit to do this. So hopefully we're good. Let's heat it up. Okay, this is where the little handkerchief comes in. Just kind of grab it on the edge and kind of saw through a little bit. Just like butter. Oops, and there you go, it did rip. Let's grab another spot. And it's really just that easy. You can see this isn't so hot that I can't hold it, but it is pretty hot. And we'll just kind of pick off the rest there a little bit. Kind of scrape a little with just my finger, not my fingernail. And actually use the adhesive to kind of pull off any little bits and pieces that are still there. There, now we have just a little bit to get off of there so you guys can see. I think there's a little bit of residue left on there, not too much, so I'll get the Goo Gone, come wipe that off, and then polish it up with a little bit of wax real quick. That'll be it for this one, and the chrome V6 is gone. Okay, as I mentioned, a little Goo Gone. I just dab a little bit of that on a rag and let it sit there for just a minute, let it do its job, kind of eat up this adhesive. There's really not much left, so shouldn't be too difficult over here. So we'll put it on there, leave it sit, like I said, just for a couple minutes. And I don't want it running all over the place, so I'm really just concerned with this area right here. So we'll leave that sit for a couple minutes. I'll come back on and we'll wipe it off. Okay, we've let it sit for a few minutes. Now I should just be able to wipe off any remaining adhesive. And you can see there that indeed I was able to. There is no adhesive left on there. Looks pretty good to me. So now I'm just going to spray it off with my little soapy water concoction, like so. Wipe that off. And then to protect the paint, I'm just going to put a little dab of wax on there. wipe it off, because that would have taken off, whoa, any wax that I had on the truck to begin with, which actually there is none because I haven't waxed this truck. So, put a little bit of wax on there. There you go. Before, after. Before, after. I like it. There you go. A little more difficult than the other one and left more residue or adhesive on the back, of course, but you can expect that. It's a bigger piece. So now I just have to get this off and put the Goo Gone on, do the same process as the back, and then we'll hit the other side. There you go. Look at that. Nice, clean, shiny voodoo blue without all that chrome in there messing it up. Look at that. Oh man, how can you not like that? I don't understand. All right, here we go. Before, after. Before, after. I like it. On to the other side. That's it. All done. Here we go. Ready? Before, after. Before, after. Kind of like one of those eye exams. Anyway, that takes care of the badge debadging. I'm not a big fan of these. I know there are some people out there that really like these. Would have blacked them out or whatever, and I left them blacked out on the 2018. But I always kind of went back and forth about taking them off, and I decided to go ahead and do it on this truck. So all we have left, if you look around out there on the back, right out there, right there, are the badges on the back. That'll probably be actually a different video because that's a little more involved as far as the cleanup goes. This is pretty easy, and if it takes you more than probably 15 minutes without filming to do this, you're probably doing something wrong. Anyway, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out my other channel, RobMotion. If you're into the Jeep Gladiator, it's all about the Jeep Gladiator. One more thing, don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.